ladies, don't think too hard on this. Have you ever woken up from a deep, sound sleep for what appeared to be no reason? You listen for a while, and then you hear the smallest sound. You try and wake a better half. Did you hear that? There's someone in the house. And without blinking an eye, he replied, and you know he knows everything. It's nothing, it's just the wind. Go back to sleep. You lie there wondering if someone is in the house. Or is it just the wind? And you shouldn't worry. All sorts of things are going through your head, and it seems to take ages to go back to sleep. Of course, you know he was right, but it still doesn't stop you giving him the silent treatment in the morning. Jesus stills the storm is today's gospel reading from Mark. In fact, the story also appears in Luke 8 and Matthew 8, almost the same commentary. The story is the start of a journey by Jesus and the disciples who were going across the Sea of Galilee on a boat. Jesus and the disciples had been around the lake all day. Jesus had been telling stories and the crowds were getting busier and busier. And I think he was just ready for a rest. So Jesus said, let's travel across the lake to Gerasenes, which was a country about 7 miles across the lake. Some of the disciples, Simon, Peter, and Andrew, were both fishermen, so they would have known that the weather can change quickly and dramatically. Or at least you would think so. But they weren't prepared today. It would not be hard to know what was going on through the disciples' mind at that moment the wind was getting stronger. They would be concerned for themselves and for Jesus. But Jesus appeared disappointed. They had no faith in God, who was protecting them. From the disciples' point of view, they would be worried, and I would. But we might see it from the point of view of, say, Simon Peter. Perhaps his own thoughts might go something like this. Well, it's been a busy day. Really enjoyed the stories that some of the masters have been sharing with everyone. Really uplifting. I wish I could tell stories like that. It's getting darker now. The lights from the town on the other side of the lake seem to be floating, like stars in the sky. God really did make a good job of creating the earth. It's a shame we don't look after it. The swell on the lake seems to be increasing. You can see all the other boats moving up and down so much more than earlier. Hope it doesn't rain. I've left my coat at home. Andrew, you might want to drop that sail. It's getting a bit wild. It's been a strange day. What started quiet seemed to liven up quite quickly. I must say some of the stories seemed a bit complicated. The master talked about mustard seeds and growing seeds in cracks. What's all that about? I'm sure we will all make sense of it one day. He did promise to explain it later. Hope he doesn't forget. I probably will. I better move to the side of the boat. It's getting really choppy now. Last thing I need after such a busy day is getting soaked. It's getting really rough now. And we still have a few miles to go to Gerasenes. Should I wake the master? Perhaps not. He looked so comfortable asleep on the pillow. we'll have to see how it goes. No, I really need to warn him. He's sleeping at the stern of the boat and it started to fill with water. What am I going to do? I can't handle the boat and the sail. What are we going to do? I really need to wake him now. Master, do you not care we are perishing? Well, that did the trick. I'm glad I woke him. The sea is calmer now. The wind has dropped. I'd better put the sail up and steer the boat toward Jerusalem. Wait, that was unfair, what the master said. Have you still no faith? What a question. Wait, I should have trusted in God to guide us back safely to shore. But he said, still have no faith. Was he talking about the time we were in the boat and I tried to walk on water? When he put out his hand and asked me to follow him? I was frightened. I hesitated. I did not think I could do it. But he asked again, and I reached out for his hand. I do trust the Master. I do trust God. Why would I hesitate? I was just a fisherman, a well-paid fisherman, and I gave it all up to follow a man I hardly knew. Something compelled me to go. Then I just should stick to what I believe, and yes, have faith. Yes, I should have faith in myself as the Master has faith in me. Jesus just put out his hand and asked me to follow. How great is that? I do trust him. I do trust God more than I realise. I just need to put it into practice. I think the Master was right. I still have no faith. I hope he will see that I still love him. And I need to change. Be more trusting in him. Be more, be more like him. I know one thing, I need to be more careful. God hears everything, including the rubbish that goes on around in my head. Mind you, I think he puts those thoughts there sometimes just to catch me out. Oh well, here we are, safe on the other side of the lake. Hopefully a quiet evening and a quieter day tomorrow. But thinking about the last few days, that is rather unlikely. Lord, thank you for our safe arrival and the end of a perfect day. Simon Peter, he thought he had no faith, but he believed that Jesus would help them, which is why they decided to wake him. Jesus was perhaps testing Simon Peter, testing his faith. We are all tested at times. Problems are put in the way of our lives. We have to trust in God, believe that he will do whatever he can to guide us down the right road. We don't always follow that guidance, but he will be there to guide us